Hey, thank you so much for subscribing to the Epoch Times. Our journey together exploring both truth and tradition has now officially begun. Now that you're a part of our community, not only will you get a printed newspaper delivered to your home every week, you'll also have access to 5 e-newspapers every week as well. That's Monday through Friday. So in this short video, we'll show you how to set up your account, how to access the e-newspapers, and how to navigate between the pages, as well as all the cool features that we have available for you. So let's begin. So the first step is that you should have received a welcome email from the Epoch Times. That's how you got access to this video. So here it is. So if you click into this email, if you scroll down a little, right above this box is a link that will take you to set up your password. So if you click on that link, you'll be taken to this blue screen. And then you enter your password twice. You can create any password you want, but maybe write it down or save it somewhere so you don't forget. And once you have that, you just hit submit, and that's it. You've created your account. So now your username will be whatever email you registered with, and your password is whatever you just created. So now you will be taken to this page, which will have the most recent issue right here on the left, and some options on the right. If you forgot your password to your account and you can't log in, here's what you do. You go to the login page, and you type the email address that you used to register your account into the email field. Then you hit the button, forgot my password, and then what we'll do is we'll set an email to you automatically with a link. You click on that link and you can just reset your password there, type in a new password, and then just write it down somewhere so that you don't forget it. And then that's it. Then you have access to your account once again. So the first place you're going to be taken to is this screen right here. On the left side is the front page of the newspaper, and on the right side is the main navigation toolbar. So before we get into the tutorial, I would highly recommend you bookmark this page. That way you can access the newspaper anytime you want without having to look for the link. The link is reader.epoch.cloud. That's reader.epoch.cloud. And you can bookmark it by hitting that button or going to bookmark and hitting bookmark this page. So let's begin the tutorial. So there are multiple ways that you can navigate the page depending on your reading preference. On the right side here, these are the main subsections of the newspaper. So we have nation, world, China, opinion, business, etc. If you click into them, you'll be automatically taken to those sections. Another way, and this is the more popular way, is to hit on this button right here, the single arrow button. And by clicking it, you're essentially flipping through the newspaper pages. So this is a really neat way to read through the paper. It simulates the way you read a normal newspaper, just on the computer. And people say it's actually pretty cool to read it this way, even on a computer screen. So it's like reading a newspaper. So let's say you get to a page like this one, and you're interested in reading this article about Spygate. All you have to do is click on the article, and here it is. You can read it this way. If you find the text to be too small, you can hit this A+ button on the far right, and that increases the font size. If you find the font to be too big, you just hit the A- button, and that makes it smaller in size. If you're interested in changing the format of the way you're reading the article, so for instance, if you're interested in reading this article here, right now it's in this format, if you hit this button next to the A-, what it does is it changes it into a PDF view that's exactly like how it would look in a newspaper. So this is a pretty awesome way to read it, because that way you have it on the screen, just as in the way that you'd have it on the paper. You can read the different columns. The layout is very familiar. People like to read it that way. If you hit the button again, it'll take you to this more optimized view for a computer screen. Any way you like to read it, both ways are good. It's the same content. Another feature is this text-to-speech. So this is a really neat feature. And it's a surprising feature as well, because it was just recently added. And what this does is it has our system actually read the article to you. So that way you can do something else. You can do chores, you can be washing the dishes, and at the same time you can be listening to the newspaper being read to you. So you can multitask and get multiple things done at once. Very, very cool feature. And if you exit that, another feature is this button next to text-to-speech, the print this article feature. So let's say you read an article and you really like it and you want to share it with your friends, family, church group, community center, or you want to pin it up on your refrigerator to read again later. If you hit that button, you're taken to this. You just hit your printer of choice. and you print it out the same way that it looks on the page. Very simple, very convenient way to share the article from your computer to the physical world. If you hit this button here, this double arrow button, it'll take you to the next section. So if you're in the news section and you hit that button, it'll take you automatically to the lifestyle section. That way you can navigate the paper faster. If you hit this button right here, between the two arrow buttons, it'll take you to a different way to view the subsections. So right now we're in the Nation section of the newspaper, and so this gives you all of the articles in this section. If you're interested in reading, let's say, this article here, you just click on it, and it automatically takes you to that article, including on the left side, it takes you to that page where the article is at. It's just another way to navigate the paper, whichever way you find easiest as you continue to use it. Many people do it differently, and they have different preferences. Next, let's take a look at the dark gray navigation bar on the far right part of the screen. So what we've been looking at this whole time is under the Index tab. So the Index tab is this sort of normal view of the newspaper with the paper on the left and the navigation view on the right. If you click on the Pages tab, you'll be taken to this different view of the newspaper. So with this view, you can take a quick overview of all the pages in this edition. And if you click here, you can actually download the entire newspaper as a PDF straight to your computer. You can save it for later for any purpose. If you're interested in downloading just a particular section, you can click right here, Download Section. In this particular edition, we have two sections, the Main and the At-Home Lifestyle section, so you can download either one. Or if, let's say, you're interested in just getting a single page, because on that page is an article that you'd want to save, you just hit here, select that page, and then hit Download Selected Pages. Very simple. Next, if you click on the Editions tab, you're taken to this overview. So here, you have access to the last 30 days of newspapers. If you want to, let's say, look at this edition from last Wednesday, you just click on it. It'll take you directly to the Index tab of this edition. And here it is, last Wednesday's paper. You can hit this button and navigate to the next page. Very, very simple. And if you want to go back to the section, try not to hit this back button, because within this view, if you hit the back button, it might actually take you to the very beginning or the previous page altogether. So just use these buttons on the far right to navigate. So you can hit the Editions button, and it'll take you back to this overview for the last 30 days.